What's good with y'all? It's T-Flows, and today we're gonna be watching when cops get arrested, basically. But I haven't seen this, but I think I'm gonna like seeing cops getting arrested. You know, I can't stand the motherfuckers sometimes. But if y'all like this, comment, subscribe. Alright, let's get it.
Cops have to arrest all different types of people. However, what happens when it's a cop's own boss that he has to put in handcuffs?
There's things that we can do to fix this, buddy.
Here are 4 examples of this incredibly rare situation, starting with the case of Michael Yarbrough. On June 20th, 2023, a Georgia police officer pulled over a Dodge Charger that was going way over the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. However, when he walked up to the window, he got a huge surprise.
Really? Yeah.
The man behind the wheel was Chief Deputy of the local PD, Michael Yarbrough, not the person this officer expected to pull over. But in reality, this changes nothing, and the officer asks Yarbrough to give over his license and registration, something he's not pleased with at all.
Oh yeah, I know you.
Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarbrough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped-up Dodge Charger belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car.
Your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna ride his.
If body cams weren't around, this stop could have gone a totally different way. But it seems like this officer isn't the biggest fan of Yarbrough and decides to issue him a citation for speeding. For some, handing your boss a $500 fine is a dream come true, and it looks like it's the same way for this officer.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it's must appear. Yes, sir. Please slow down and have a safe day.
In Georgia, speeding tickets are priced based on how much you're exceeding the speed limit. For example, if you're over 24 miles an hour over,
Yeah, get that bitch ass nigga a ticket.
As this ticket excluded the extra fee, but instead required him to appear in court. After the incident, Yarbrough was also suspended for 40 hours without pay. However, that's just a fraction of what Corporal Scott Bertzik was hit with after crashing his car while drunk.
Reached out for my lighter,
80-12.
slammed into his ass.
Cool.
No, not really.
Not really.
That nigga sound.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Nigga, you should have said I got a
No,
concussion. My head
absolutely.
hurt.
Which I
I
just
just see I'm slurring the words.
Fucking fixed.
Obviously, Brooke and Scott Obviously, Brooke and Scott are familiar with each other, and curiously, Scott holds nothing back when describing exactly how the incident went down. It's clear that Scott is the one at fault here, so before going any further, Brooke decides to call back to the base to ask whether or not it's okay for her to be handling this incident.
This crash, Birdie, so come work it? Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've worked a crash with one of us in it, so... No, he's not on duty. He's in his POV. I just didn't want...
If I was him, I would've act like I had a concussion. Cause that would've solved everything. Think about it. If you drunk as fuck, all you gotta do is, I got a headache. And if you walking around like this, then they'll say, it's the headache. I ain't been drinking nothing. Nigga, you better eat some garlic, some fucking hummus, some bread, and chew some bubble gum, nigga.
Alright, that was it. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, bye. Damn it, Birdie.
Brooke is given the go-ahead and told that there should be no issues with her handling this case, but that was before she noticed this.
So, Birdie, you giving me some indicators?
Oh,
Listen.
shit, woman.
Listen.
I don't mean to put you in that Indy. Yep.
From now on, you know how it goes. You can't consume anything, okay? Because right now, you're being detained.
Wait, what?
It's obvious that Scott is under the influence of
nigga,
something,
you know what the fuck it
judging
is.
by his slurred speech, slowed
Duh,
reactions, and slight loss of motor control. Brooke is fairly sure he's been drinking. At this point, Scott is no longer her supervisor. He's just a suspect in a case, and what's more, he's drunk and likely unpredictable, a combination which can be incredibly threatening to a female officer.
Are you on?
Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on for integrity.
You talking about some fuck? You know you fucked
You know
up.
you can't smoke right now.
What?
Because if I'm going to do a DUI investigation, it impedes it, so you can't consume anything.
Yeah.
I want to get that dog. That is a really cute dog. You can always train a dog.
If he trying to act calm, nigga, he know he nervous as
Can't
fuck.
consume anything. You're killing me.
Trying.
What's too late now?
You talking about so it's too late now.
After a short wait,
yeah, nigga,
another
you
officer
fucked up.
arrives at the scene, meaning they can finally start getting to the bottom of all of this with some sobriety tests.
You may begin the test.
1, 2,
Oh yeah, he fucked
3.
up. Oh yeah, you fucked, nigga. Oh yeah, nigga.
Judging by this and the overwhelming amounts of evidence against him at the
Look at that dance right there, that nigga did. Man, that nigga got crossed over
Judging
by
by
a
this
line.
and the overwhelming amounts of evidence against him at this point, the officers thought it was safe to conclude that Scott had been drinking that night and
Oh,
decided
shit.
it was time to put him in cuffs. Something he was far from happy about.
There's things that we can do to fix this, but
Ain't nothing we can do. Oh, this nigga crying.
It's got the hinge locks.
good to go.
Despite Scott being one of the most polite and respectful suspects ever on this channel, he was actually hit with a better sentence than the majority of criminal cops. After blowing a .156 back at the station, he was charged with
damn.
driving under the influence and damaging property. He was ordered to pay just under $1,000 in fines, serve 50 hours of community service, and take multiple substance abuse and DUI classes, and had his
shit.
driver's license suspended for 6 months.
I mean, that ain't that
He
bad.
was also sued by the driver of the vehicle he hit, and a
They
cash
could've
settlement was
went- yeah.
reached. And on top of all of that, he also was suspended without pay for a week and given a last chance agreement, meaning one more slip up and he was out for good. But when New Mexico police were put in the
There you
same
go.
position, they instead showed just how corrupt America's cops can be.
I'm not going to arrest you tonight. If you had any, I just say don't drive.
This cop pulled over a truck in Lordsburg after suspecting the driver may have been drinking. However, after walking up to the window, he was hit with a wave of shock and disappointment.
Hello. The reason I pulled you over because you were kind of swerving back there. You're good?
The driver was the city's mayor, and this was
Oh,
the third
damn.
time she's been pulled over for this exact offense. And what's worse, she was driving like
She
this
got a
with her
child
foster
in that
child in the car.
bitch.
You have your registration and your insurance, please? You okay, bud? Yeah.
We're all good. Just be quiet.
The cops are now in an extremely awkward position, but after a short chat, they decide that they should proceed with the stop normally and do their jobs, at least for now.
Hey, Glenda, you mind stepping out of the vehicle or if we go over if you pick her up on my unit real quick? How much have you had?
3 or 4?
3 or 4? Okay.
As Glenda exited the vehicle,
Yeah, you
both of
fucked
the
up.
officers noticed a strong smell of alcohol on her, and she quickly admitted to having a few drinks that night. But this is
Yeah,
the
no
third
shit.
time she's been pulled over for driving drunk. Will this really be the time she's punished for it?
Let me just get him home.
They better not take off easy.
Ethan,
You know I'm the type of cop who doesn't give breaks, okay?
you're the type of cop that what?
That doesn't give breaks. When I approached the vehicle, I did notice an odor of alcohol coming from alcohol coming from inside the vehicle. When I observed you walk out, you were kind of swerving all over the place, okay? And then right now, you're just, as you're standing, you're kind of swaying side to side. Thing is, you're the mayor,
Oh yeah, you
okay?
fucked.
I'm your
It
employee.
doesn't matter. It
I'm your
doesn't.
employee. And now that you're standing downwind, I can smell it. Okay?
Well, I'm not denying it.
Yeah, we could smell it on you, and the way you got out of your vehicle, Glenda.
Yeah, you fucked.
As the officer said, Glenda is their boss, so there's clearly a conflict of interest here. So they call up New Mexico State Police to handle it from here. But when the original cops learn of the outcome, they realize they probably could have done a better job themselves.
Oh yeah, look at it. Fuck.
Doesn't matter. So you're right there at that point. I don't think you're quite over the limit off of the clues that I saw, but I think you're right close to it. Where the limit might be .08, I think you're about a .06.
My house is literally
Right.
right
No,
around the
they lying.
I'm not going to arrest you tonight.
Oh,
But
you ain't
if
shit.
you had any, I just say don't drive.
Somehow, despite all the clues that the first two officers picked up, the
crazy.
state cops decided she wasn't over the limit when they arrived and was therefore free to drive. Now, there's obviously the debate of corruption here, given that she's the mayor, but let's take his word as fact for now. The cop decided he thinks Glenda is at a .06 right now, but this was an hour after the initial stop was made. Taking into account that your blood alcohol level drops at a rate of around .015 an hour, Glenda was getting extremely close to the coveted .08 she'd be charged for. You may also be wondering why the cops didn't just use a breathalyzer to test her blood alcohol level immediately. The answer there lies in the Fourth Amendment. Cops have to provide probable cause that a driver is impaired before they're allowed to collect chemical evidence that proves this. That's what the sobriety tests are for. The combination of these two problems is what led to Glenda going home that night instead of to jail, why this is her third time being pulled over for this, and why it probably won't be her last. But unfortunately for this next boss, his employee wasn't so kind when it came to his DUI stop.
Stay in your vehicle. Get back in your car.
I'm
drunk?
No, I'm the captain.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
Talking about some captain.
Of what? The big. Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car. You been drinking tonight?
I just got a ride.
You been drinking tonight, sir?
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
You fuck. I'm talking about
what
some
division?
turn the camera off.
Investigations.
How much you had to drink tonight, sir?
Please.
Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
This guy isn't just drunk, he's absolutely hammered, even to the point where he thinks the camera can't hear him whispering. But despite the captain's pleas, the officer refuses to turn off his camera and continues with the investigation.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me. How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over me when you turn on here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor? How many beers?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? How long ago was that?
It's been going on a while.
How long ago did you drink your last beer?
It's been going on a while.
What time is it now?
It's 0140.
Midnight.
You think you should drive it?
Yeah.
No, but I came from 4 blocks.
Forward to the rear of your vehicle.
Okay.
You got any weapons or anything on you?
I do not, sir.
Those must have been a strong few beers, as not only was he stumbling over his words, but apparently also swerving across both lanes on his way home. The captain is then searched and told to stand in the open where he's tested on his balance and sobriety.
And I want you to lift it approximately 6 inches off the ground. And while you look at your toe, I want you to count by 1,000. It's 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. At any point in time you lose your balance or your foot touches the ground, just go ahead and pick your foot back up and continue to count, okay? Do you understand these instructions I've explained to you, Mr. French? Yeah. You may begin.
Oh yeah, you fucked already. You fucked already.
Keep going.
He said turn the camera
off. I cannot,
off.
sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body cam.
I do, but I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please.
Are you going to do the test or not?
No.
Will you please talk to me?
Bro, walk, nigga. You know you can't walk.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my investigation, sir.
Okay. I'm a captain on this police.
You know you can't walk.
I understand that, sir.
I get
and
that.
I am a sergeant on this police officer, and I've taken an oath to uphold the law. I don't show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gangbanger or the President of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
Damn.
If I was to treat you differently than I was to treat like some Southside loco or some pedo, how's that look on me?
Okay, I'm not asking you for that.
Because I wouldn't do that for any of them.
Even as the captain begs him to turn his camera off and just talk, the officer stands his ground and states that he has to treat everyone the same or his job and livelihood could be at risk. They then continue with the third and final test, involving simply walking heel to toe for 10 steps.
Alright, anytime you're ready, you may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you fucked.
7,
The wind blowing that nigga away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Go ahead and turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back.
Are you gonna arrest me, sir?
Yes, nigga.
Can I talk to you?
Go ahead and put your hands behind your
Yes,
back.
nigga, you can talk to me in the back of the car while I'm driving your ass to the motherfucking jail.
Not only was he suspended from his position as Oklahoma police captain, but he was also hit with the regular punishments for DUI, likely amounting to a small fine and a few months in jail.
If you guys like this, I'm telling you, comment, subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you want me to react to next time. I got you. But TFlows out.